Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, my peoples? This is Nita, the Astromystic. I am doing your guidance for this week of June 23 through June 30th. So it'd be today, Tuesday, through next Tuesday. I kind of got off on a day. I had some company and I had a lot of challenges over the last few weeks, so it kind of threw me off a little bit. But what's a few hours, I suppose. So I am assuming everyone is feeling the effects of the eclipse already. So that's going to last for, the next 6 months until we change the cycle. And I know personally, so many things have happened for me in my personal life. Mostly my house, actually. So it's been pretty wild. And then all these retrogrades, I've been just exhausted. So enough about me. We're going to do the guidance, and I do it by signs through the elements. So fire signs, earth signs, air signs, and water. So, and I think people that follow me now kind of already know how this works. But if you're new, thank you for coming. If you haven't subscribed already, please go below and subscribe. I would love that very much. Share this out. Come back each week. And also, I post all sorts of different important content on the planetary movements and what's happening in the world. So this week, we're starting with fire signs. So Aries, Leos, Sagittarius. This week is a little bit of a rough start for you guys, and my opinion is to stay optimistic about it, because you may run into a few challenges, or it may feel a little off, or something may already be going on in your life. So just try to be more optimistic, and be influential where you can, and be optimistic where you can. Get help from others where you can. Offer help from for others where you can. It seems like your emotions are going to be tested this week. You might find yourself in like a situation that you've made a mistake, or that you are going to make a mistake of some sort. Don't beat yourself up about it. It's going to be okay. It's just, we all make mistakes. I mean, really, seriously, you know that we do. But this week it'll come to your attention, a little bit more than what it would normally, So just, I find some of these are harder than others, because this world is seriously in a place that is not emotionally stable, and I find that people are getting sucked into that energy. And just remember that with pain there comes strength, and you can make it to the other side of whatever's happening in your life. So don't let the suffering of the world, and I'm saying this lightly because there is a lot of suffering in the world, and I'm not saying, don't sympathize, or don't do your part, or don't do any of that. I'm just saying, don't let that consume every ounce of your life, or it's gonna spiral you even further. So try to find that balance of where you're not getting sucked in, and you're taking care of yourself. First, you got to take care of you first, or there is no taking care of anybody else or helping anybody else. Remember that, So you may have some differences, or a difference of opinion with some one person this week, or multiple people this week. And it's just because everybody's really sensitive right now, and a lot of anger and a lot of hurt is going through the emotional wave of what's happening in the world. So be aware of that, and just keep your focus on yourself, and keep your focus on what you can change personally, what you can do. if you start things with good intentions, you can't beat yourself up, So keep the optimism, try to keep some balance in there, and just kind of roll through this week, as best you can until hopefully we get something better next week. So next up we have Earth signs, and those are Taurus, Virgos, and Capricorns. So this week, you guys, looks pretty good for you guys, actually. It looks like you have like a really nice flow of kind of like a pleasure, like something fun, something that brings you happiness or abundance. I mean, you may get a nice little paycheck this week, or you may just get an abundance of people maybe coming around, or maybe just maybe you get gifted something like a nice meal, or just whatever. Abundance doesn't necessarily mean monetary. So there seems like there will be a few setbacks, but nothing real major for that. Just keeping a nice flow of balance between your work, your home, your relationships, what's going on outside of your your external home. Keeping that balance of all of that, because you guys have been working toward. It seems like you've been working toward a goal, and keep that focus. You know what I mean? Don't be blindly foolish. This week. Don't make petty decisions or like anything frivolous, you know what I mean? I'm trying to figure out the right words, and sometimes the right words don't come. So, just if you're triggered by something, or you're angered by something, remember to react in a way that comes from a place of love and more of a beautiful intention. So, it doesn't escalate into something that should have never been in the first place, So, and you can find strengths in your intention. If you come from a good place, you can find strength within that. So, just remember that there is always light and dark. There always will be light and dark with everything within you also. The dark is what, when we're triggered by something, it's that dark side that usually reacts, instead of our light side. If we ever get to a place where we can flip-flop, or not really flip-flop, but really react and operate from a place of light, I feel like a lot of the issues in this world and what we're going through would lighten the load a little bit. But that's extremely hard in this world that we live in, and I'm sure all of you know that. I try to operate from the light, but it's just hard. It's just hard. I have a dark. I mean, we all do. We all have a dark side. It's just a matter of how you can control that and allow the dark to come out. You have to have it. Just like the positive and negative, there will always be positive and negatives. You always have positive within yourself and a negative within yourself. So it's finding that balance between the two of them. So that's pretty much your guidance for this week. Is pretty calmer. It's pretty calmer. Goodness, I told you my words are not flowing today. It's much more calm. So, just hopefully we'll have some better for everybody next week. All right, so next up is the air signs, and those are Geminis, Libras, and Aquarius. So this week, you may be feeling a little bit of an instability. You may feel like you're not fully present. And I feel like this may be the eclipse talking a little bit, or the effects of the eclipse, because of just a little bit of the unsteadiness, and maybe you're like fatigued or you're really tired. Depending on where the eclipse hit in your chart could tell us more, but maybe it's your emotions that are kind of all over the place this week, which most of the time you guys kind of internalize those, or you just, like a hurricane. So, try to be aware of that, and step into a more positive thought for this week, and maybe you'll even that out. So, it also feels like too that maybe you're just overwhelmed and maybe have too much going on in your personal life. Maybe it's your work life and your personal life. You just got too much going on. Maybe you have too many projects. Maybe too many irons in the fire. Something is definitely happening with that situation this week. So, if if things or the projects or whatever is happening in your life doesn't quite work out in your favor, don't try to read too far into that, because every closed door, another one opens. If it didn't work out, it wasn't meant for you. There's something better for you on the other side of that. So don't get too hung up on anything like that this week. And maybe you've been giving away too much externally outside of yourself, and maybe that's why you're so exhausted this week, or just fatigued and just kind of run down. I feel like this week will also let you know where you need to make changes. Like, maybe even keep a little journal and just, notice the times when you're, super tired or super frustrated or whatever it is. Know what's happening then, and maybe this is where you can, do a little transformation and changing things up, or doing something different, or just slow down. Maybe give a few projects up, or take a few hours off, or something like that. Because change is good, but sometimes it's kind of yucky in the beginning. We don't like change very much, and but it's good. Change is good. So try not to hold on too tightly to so many things. So, all right, and then last up we have the water signs of Cancer, Scorpios, and Pisces. So this week is more for you guys about not getting so bogged down with distractions. And when water signs get distracted, they get emotional. So try not to get too emotional, because it's really a lot of your subconscious that is kind of working this week. Or subconscious issues that are coming up for you. And it seems legit since we just had the eclipse. I think overall, a lot of people are going to be feeling this, but it's going to be over the next 6 months, So, your dreams. Pay attention to your dreams this week, water signs. Get a journal. Write these down, because you're going to have some messages in these dreams. Some of them may be wild and crazy, and you're like, what? And some of them may be very profound. So write those down and keep up with that. Get some rest this week. You guys are probably feeling that bogged down from maybe you're not getting enough rest, or maybe it's just been too emotional for you guys. So get some rest. Reflect on what your personal values are, what your personal beliefs are, and see if you still fully connect to those. Maybe you don't anymore. Maybe you want to change how you think about something or how you feel about something. That's okay. You don't have to be stuck to something forever, So take time for yourself and just think about, all of those things and how it works for you, and how maybe you do need to change something. And, I also feel like there's going to be like a mother figure that's going to help you out this week, or you may seek some advice from like a mother figure, or like a really close female that feels maybe they're very nurturing to you, or maybe there's somebody that comes from a super place of just love. I feel like this woman is going to help you out this week. And it may be, like I said, just a friend. It may be your own mother. It may be someone else's grandmother. It may be a coworker. It's somewhere along the line you've connected to this woman. And I feel like she's going to pop in and help guide you or give you some wisdom and some knowledge to help figure out whatever is, kind of holding you down a little bit. Or it may be just to have a conversation that lightens your load a little bit. So hang in there, water signs. All we are going to get better. All of us are going to get better. It's just a challenge right now. It's a challenging day. It's a challenging week and month and year. And it's not going to get a lot better. Honestly, it's just really not. We have like 6 planets in retrograde right now, and that is to me, I'm not against retrogrades because it's a time that you can really dig deep inside and figure out what's not working anymore, what is working, what do you need to let go of, or what do you need to do to enhance your life a little bit better, So, try not to get caught up in too much of the what people say about retrogrades. They are tough, but you got to have some toughness to grow, and you got to have some toughness to navigate and to make your life better, to make your relationships better, and to just to do a lot of things. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, take what resonates with you. If none of it does, just leave it. You'll have spent a few minutes watching this video, and so be it. If it all resonates, or if your sign does, great. Every week I come on and I give this, so I hope that at least some of you get something out of it, and maybe take the advice and take it into your awareness for the week. So I hope you all have a good week. I hope that nothing crazy happens where you are, or in this world, actually. I hope nothing happens. If you hold good intentions with love, my peoples, if we all do that, that's how we make changes. So, I love you all dearly. I thank you for watching. Please subscribe below, and I will see you all next week. Have a good week.